The impression of the Stoics can be a passionless and emotionless life. However, the reality is far different from it. In today's video, we are going to discuss what love actually means through the point of views of Stoics. Stay tuned to know more. Both Marcus Aurelius and Seneca wrote lovely things about their wives. Seneca, who lost his child, captures the joy of parenting so beautifully in his writing that it's evident how much he looked after his family. Cato, the towering Roman Stoic, who challenged Julius Caesar, had great affection for his daughter. And Epictetus would complain that only the lover of wisdom and rationality can actually appreciate and understand love. The thing is that Stoics love deeply and unashamedly, which is impossible to argue. However, they did so in their own different way. In contrast to the romantic, who understands love almost as unrequited love, the Stoic moves toward the emotions and love from within a philosophical opinion. For a Stoic, always eager with a distinction between the free man, master of himself, and in control of his mind and actions, and the slave, conquered and overpowered by outer situations. They preferred loved, but wanted to make sure that they were not driven to madness by this love. For example, a man haunted by the love for a young woman might do annoying and foolish things. Epictetus once wrote, "Unhappy man who are the slave even of a girl, why then do you still call yourself free?" The passions Epictetus describes here are the wild, lustful type that the Stoic philosopher Aristodemus refers to when talking about excessive impulses, which are disobedient to reason. Many of Seneca's essays are also about the blinding sadness that one feels at the loss of a loved one, whether by distance or by demise, but he would return to love as the way to move forward in suffering and not get overpowered by the heavy emotions of grief. This is why Seneca wrote, "You have buried someone you loved. Now look for someone to love. It is better to make good the loss of a friend than to cry over him." So while the Stoics loved, they were also worried that this love might lead to things at expectation with their philosophy. Stoic happiness is a life lived with apatheia, free from desire, pain, grief, or fear, without passion. For this reason, when Stoic philosophers speak of love, it is often in association to high principles, extolling virtue and comparing the love of glory, wealth, pleasure, luxurious living, and other indifferences to a wild thirst, which is foolish and unimaginable to quench. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Now let's continue. Stoic also tested many of their exercises as a way to balance and mitigate that love, talking through and exploring their feelings so as not to give in to abundance. Epictetus proposed practicing something when it comes to love. However, Marcus Aurelius struggled to follow the exact words from Epictetus. He wrote that it feels like inviting fate to allow the thought of such a loss enter your mind, but fate can't be tempted. Fate isn't in our custody. What happens will happen. We have to be prepared for that. After all, Seneca lost his son and probably his first wife. His own mother temporarily lost her son when Seneca was banished from Rome to a faraway land. The important thing here is that loved ones can leave us. The power of our feelings won't prevent that, but they will only serve to torture us in the person's absence if we cannot monitor them. The Stoics say that we should focus on what is under our control even in love. Accept the human situation and the limits set for you by nature. Know that we cannot possess what we love. We have our loved ones on loans and should enjoy them as long as they are present. But when they are gone, we should not allow their presence to fill us with suffering or pain. Epictetus reminds us that the person we love is human like ourselves, and also there isn't a lot of time for love, just like everything. Your love has been given to you for the present, not that it should not be taken from you, nor has it been given to you for all time, but as fig is given to you or a bunch of grapes at the appointed season of the year. But if you want these things in winter, you are definitely a fool. These are some hard pills to swallow, but at the same time, we have to remember that moderation is an integral and crucial part of Stoic virtue. However, the Stoics never compromise with philosophical principle. They may still allow themselves a large range of emotional responses, as long as they are moderate and based on accurate understanding and judgment. Stoic love is reduced by an understanding of future loss, by the capacity for betrayal, for the reality that our own feelings might change over time as well. After accepting these critical conditions, the irrationality of these strong biological feelings, we can become a little more rational and make our life a little more easy. As a lover of virtue, the Stoic also recognizes virtue in the other, and since our virtuous disposition is the foundation for our happiness, unrequited love is clearly a stupidity from the Stoic standpoint. Due to his strong disposition, the Stoic lover will prioritize the giving of love over the receiving of it.